Hi there, Becky here from 168 Fitness. Over the past few weeks I've been talking about your September goals and helping you to achieve those. So hopefully you've made a start and you've set your goals and you now have a plan of action for achieving them, and perhaps you've already started actually taking some of those actions and have got some results as well. So if you have, well done, and if you haven't, then there's still plenty of time to get started. There's a few months to go before the big Christmas parties start and before the end of the year when you'll be setting some New Year goals as well. So yeah, still plenty of time to actually achieve something before the end of 2019, and I'm here to help you do that. So last week I was talking about running goals, the week before that I was talking about weight loss, and this week I want to talk about toning goals. So sometimes people don't actually want to necessarily lose weight or don't need to maybe drop a dress size or inches or anything like that, but they just want to feel a bit better when they look in the mirror. They want to just tone up a little bit more, which does get a little bit harder as you get older, and you will have to work to keep what you've got, the results that you've got. So what you once maybe had, the body you had when you were in your 20s, maybe isn't the same now. So you do have to put a bit more effort into to keep your body looking and feeling the way that it once was. So it's definitely still achievable. There's plenty of people sort of older and in the 40s, 50s, 60s, even beyond that, that still look great and feel great in their bodies, and yeah, they just work hard to achieve that. So some things that you can be doing to help you achieve your toning goals. Now, it does depend where exactly target areas are for you, but typically most of my clients and women in general sort of thinking about legs, maybe bums, tums and arms as well. So some key things that you need to do to achieve those toning goals. If you're not currently in the size or the shape or the weight that you want to be, then you will need to do some sort of cardio and calorie burning exercises, fat burning exercises to get to where you want to be in terms of shape, size, weight, etc. But in order to actually achieve the toning goals, you can be sort of any size, shape, weight, and be toned and have muscle definition, but you just need to kind of work at it doing some of the toning exercise, which I'm going to give you. But if you are still looking to achieve weight loss goals, then you might want to do or sort of inch loss, fat loss goals. Then running, any kind of cardio like that, high intensity stuff, or just high intensity for you, doesn't have to be sort of max 100% effort like athlete level, just kind of stuff that gets your heart rate up, gets you burning calories. So running would be good, even cycling, swimming, trampoline exercises, any sort of cardio fitness classes, anything where you're moving, burning lots of energy. Walking does help, it will burn calories, but it's obviously not as high intensity as those exercises I just listed. But yeah, anything that's going to help you burn some calories, burn some fat, and yeah, get your heart rate up. That will be the sort of base exercises that you need to do to get where you want to be in terms of shape, size, weight, as I've said. And then in terms of toning, just to get that muscle definition, just to make things feel a bit firmer, a bit tighter, then the sort of exercise you need to be doing, we'll start just from the top. So if you're thinking about arms, back of the arms, people say bingo wings, then a good exercise to do is tricep dips. And that can be done just at home. You don't need any equipment. You can do tricep dips on the side of the bath. You can do it with on the toilet with the toilet seat down. You could do it on a chair. You can do it wherever really, and if you're not sure of what to do, I'm not going to give a demo now because I'm just in the office, but you can Google it. There'll be plenty of examples online. You just need to do sort of 10 reps, aim to do that once a day every day, or you could up it and do sort of 2 or 3 times 10 each day. You might want to do it sort of 3 to 4 times a week, just so that you know you're going to fit it in. But as long as you're doing it consistently, so if you did it once a week, every week for the next sort of 13 weeks or however long we've got till the end of the year, then you would see results. But if you want even more results, do it more often, but make sure you're doing it consistently till the end of the year. and then you're going to be feeling the benefits of it for the Christmas parties when you're wearing that nice dress that you like to wear. So tricep dips for sort of the back of the upper arms would be good. If you are looking to do sort of abs, stomach, toning there, simple exercise, sort of ab crunches, but they tend to work upper abdominals, so they're your kind of 2-pack, which if you don't store too much fat around your middle, then should be fairly straightforward getting that sort of definition at the top. The bottom is harder just because of how we usually store our fat. I know that's where I store most of my fat, so it's harder to get that definition there. But things you could do, an exercise that I call core extension. You could do a plank instead. That does work those deeper core muscles, those lower abdominals as well. Full sit-ups as well would do that. When I say full sit-up, I actually mean half a sit-up, because you don't actually need to come all the way up to the top. So coming up to halfway when you feel that tension. So sort of somewhere between a crunch and a sit-up would be good for sort of toning up the middle area there. You could also do a bit of a twist, core twist, sat on the floor or even standing. You could do that one if you're wanting to tone up sort of the waist area around the sides. For bottoms and legs, you've got a couple of different options. Squats is always good. Most people can do those. If you've got a knee problem, you might want to avoid lunges, but again, a lot of people do find that those are quite beneficial. Challenging, but they are beneficial, but just watch them if you have any sort of bone or joint issues in the lower body. But squats is a good one. Side lunges would be good for toning the inner thigh. That's quite a difficult one to get to, but normal lunges as well does that, but side lunges will even do that as well. What have I said? Squats, lunges, side lunges, ab crunches, sit-ups and tricep dips. They would be some really good exercises, all that you can do at home. Don't need any equipment. You can add weights if you want to make them a bit more challenging. But doing those exercises sort of at least once a day, trying to do them every day would be good. But if you did them sort of 1 to 3 times a day, 3 times a week for the next sort of 15 weeks, 13 weeks, whatever we've got left, then you'd be feeling the benefits of those, definitely. And just sort of 10 repetitions, you could increase that up to 15, but sort of 10, or if you want to time it, you could do 30 seconds, 45 seconds, up to a minute. You don't really need to be doing longer than a minute, but sort of 30 seconds would be good as well. And just doing them as often as you can each day. Every time you go into the bathroom, maybe do some tricep dips on the bath. Every time you boil the kettle, you could do some squats whilst you're waiting for it to boil. Things like that, forming habits, even whilst you're watching TV, when the ad breaks, you might want to get up and do some lunges. Just try and make sure that you're not completely cold. Don't get up straight in the morning and start doing lunges, because your muscles need to be a bit warmer, and you need to move around a little bit first of all to do that. So just build them into your day if you haven't got set exercise time, and they're even good if they're the sort of exercise you can do at home if you've kind of struggling to get to the gym, to a class, whatever it is that you'd usually be doing. They could just fit in around everything else that you've got going on. So and I promise, if you're consistent, like I've said with the other things, the other goals, then you will feel the benefits as long as you're consistent. So set out some time, set out an action plan of how many times a week, what days are you going to do them, how many you're going to do, how much time do you need to dedicate to that. Pick the areas of the body that are important to you. If you're wearing a sleeveless dress for an event, you're going to probably want to do the arms. If you know that you want to be able to stand up tall and have a flatter stomach, then you're going to need to work the abs. Or if you're wearing sort of your favourite jeans or trousers, and you just need to maybe tighten up your bottom or your thighs, then the lunges and the squats and side lunges as well are going to be what you need to do. Maybe a bit of everything. So there's plenty more I could tell you on that, but if you get started with those exercises, and if you have any other questions, please do get in touch. I'll be back next week with some more top tips.